Hello, welcome to Hridayam. The topic for today is reaction to response. To explain it in a very simple way, reaction refers to what is behavior that is compulsive. Okay, that is simply what we call as a reaction. Response is something that is very conscious in nature. So now, to understand what is considered reaction, now what is considered as response, we will have to dive deep into these two words. Okay, so when we say the word reaction, it means to react or to repeat the particular action. Okay, that is what we mean by reaction. Okay, so when we react, we are essentially doing something repeatedly, and that particular activity does not require our conscious effort to be done. Okay, that is what we simply call as reaction in common layman terms. So okay, just a pause. Okay, now this reaction is actually compulsive in nature. Okay, so this compulsive behavior arises when we do an activity for a certain period of time, and over a period of time this activity starts becoming a form of habit in our system. To react to a particular situation or to react to a particular stimulus in a way that is very mechanical in nature. Okay, for example, when you pass by a temple, we have a habit of doing this. Okay, even though we don't realize what we mean by doing this, we see a temple. No matter what we are doing, if we are in a passenger seat or we are in the driving seat, we look at the temple and we start doing this without even fully understanding what the activity means. So that particular action has become like a reaction to us. So now this reaction is not just limited to looking at a temple, it is also reaction to the habits or to the behavior of other people. For example, we can give you an example of, let's say, somebody in your office is behaving very agitated, and the person is also verbally violent. So the moment a person does any activity that is not according to what the other person is expecting, the other person reacts agitatively, or the other person starts reacting very aggressive and very violent. They start throwing tantrums, they start using abusive words. Based on what? Based on something that they did not like. So the reaction has shifted to every time something that does not happen according to them, they will start responding in that way. Now, if the other person who is receiving their aggressiveness or their aggressive energy is you or just anybody else, how would you respond? Or how would anybody respond? They would usually respond in two ways, either fight or flight. First reaction would be they will fight it, they will cause an even stronger reaction within themselves, and they will try to subdue the other person by using even more force and even more aggression and violence. That is one. Now, if the other person is your superior, well, you can't do the first option. The second option would be more applicable. What you will do, you will just shut down, you will keep your head down, and you will comply because you can't say much. Or you would want to just give an excuse and to go out of that situation. In these two ways, the element of compulsive reaction is very strong. Is actually very strong. Now, this is where the role of awareness comes in. Now, if you practice awareness, if you practice the habit of reflecting upon one's activity on a regular basis, if not daily, on a regular basis, during that event, you would be able to regulate, or you would be able to stop yourself from reacting in the two possible ways, the first way and the second way. What you would actually be able to achieve is that if the other person is being verbally very abrasive, if the other person is being verbally very aggressive, what you would be able to do is you would be able to sit back calmly and try to give a response which is more understanding and more considerate, which can be, for example, at the back of the mind, the other person is just saying and just emptying their mental and emotional garbage upon you. What you could have done, or what is possible, is you can try to practice understanding and considerateness in the form of trying to think, okay, what is making this person behave in such a way? Or the person might be having a bad day, that's why the person is behaving like this. Or in the meantime, you stay silent, just not to make the situation escalate. But in the later time, you go and talk to that person as to what is bothering them so much for them to behave in such a way. Because you understand that if the person is behaving in that way, the person might be under tremendous stress, or the person might be under tremendous amount of mental distress to be able to behave in such a way. So the second response that is coming out of you is not coming from a state of compulsiveness. It is rather coming from the space of compassion, understanding, and from a deep sense of love for the other person, which actually makes the other person calm down. But if you choose to react, or if you chose the first response, which is to react, the situation would escalate. You would become angry by looking at the anger of the other person, or by experiencing the anger of the other person, giving them the appropriate response according to you, which would cause them to behave in an even more aggressive way, and which would escalate the situations to very, very unfavorable and uncomfortable positions, which nobody really wants. But a lot of people land up in such situations. So the key is to practice awareness. The key is to practice stillness. The key is to watch. A lot of times we don't even have to react immediately. A lot of times when we don't even react to the provocation, or we don't even react to the psychic unload of the other person, we just watch the other person behaving in such a way, and after some time the person observes that there's no reaction coming from the other person. The person just leaves you alone. The person just goes away. And similar things happen not just with two people. It can also happen with situations. It can also happen with in case of different situations. Proper clinical studies show that when we take life too seriously, we tend to react excessively to small shortcomings that happens or that approach us in day-to-day lives. So when brain studies were done by scientists over a period of many years and over a span of many thousands of people, these scientists observed that the part or the area of the brain that is responsible for you to find solutions or to find creative loopholes out of a situation were actually growing smaller, and the activity in those regions of the brain were reducing. But the people who don't take life or situations too seriously, or rather they have a more casual approach towards life, it is shown that the brain activity in the area which is responsible for creative thinking and problem solving ability, the brain activity in the area was shown much higher. So if you have done already that needs to be done, you don't need to take too much stress and to react at every small thing that is coming your way. Because if you have done already that needs to be done, you have done your part. And even if things spiral out, well, there's nothing much you can do about it, and just sit back and see in the show. Now here, the situations might turn in your favor in most cases. If you do not react and if you just sit back and see what's going to happen. In most cases, this is going to happen. So the way or the attitude of watching and observing, the attitude of practicing awareness and stillness can help you cultivate the habit of watching the situations. This will shift your attitude from reacting and then responding. Okay? If you want to cultivate this habit more, there are two activities that you can do. One is really simple. You can start playing a game which is called as chess. Okay? By playing that game, you can see what moves the other person is playing, and that actually shifts your attitude to analyze and to pause before reacting or before moving your piece. That is one way. Okay. Second way is you can keep like 2 to 3 minutes aside, and you can practice an exercise called as sorry. Okay, we'll do the second part again. Okay. Another way which you can do is you can do a simple practice of watching your breath, watching the thoughts that you have. Okay. Now this serves as a great exercise to develop the attitude of an observer, and once this attitude of the observer develops enough, this will start showing itself in different areas of life. It will stop you from reacting immediately, and rather it will shift you into an observer mode through which you can pause before reacting towards anything. Okay? Alright, now let's do the exercise for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Gently keep your spine straight, relax, your tongue connected to the palate. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax the muscles in your face, relax your shoulders, relax your abdomen. Your eyes closed. Now bring your attention onto your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your awareness onto your breath. Watch the breath very closely. Feel, observe the sensations as the breath goes in. Observe the sensations as you are exhaling. During this activity, you might feel that your mind is trying to think of different things. That is completely normal. Allow your mind to wander. Observe the thoughts that you're getting. You might be reminded of different activities that needs to be done. Just allow things to happen. settle down into the sleep. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your awareness. Keep your body as relaxed as possible. Keep your awareness of the breath. Now gently bring yourself back. Move your fingers, move your toes. Gently open your eyes. Are you able to feel the shift within yourself? Do you feel yourself that you are more calmer? Yes? So you can do this exercise as many times in a day as you like to bring yourself down, to ground yourself, and to shift your state from being reactive and to a state where you can actually respond. Thank you for joining in.